state. And so it is. And so it is. Now, you may wonder why I'm standing behind. As you know, I don't like standing behind anything, any barrier between anyone. Anyway, I'm standing behind this because I don't want to cover up what's in front of it. I did it on Sunday, I'm doing it today. And it's good to get over your discomfort. I'd rather be out there, or there. So we are moving now deeper and deeper and deeper toward this beautiful event called an equinox, the winter one, the solstice. And as we do, I see in some people a squishing of energy into tension and stress because everything's not getting done the way it should be getting done and I'm behind. I hear this a lot. And I see in a few an expansion of peace and calm and a lovely sense of wonder and awe and the awareness that something wonderful is happening in our world. And it kind of peaks, it crescendos on the 25th in our experience. And then we arrive at the time when we really can relax, release, and let go of all the goings on and move into the 12 days of Christmas, which culminates in the feast of the Epiphany, or the manifestation of the Lord, which is the law, on the 6th of January. And then the new year really gets going. We all get into it in our own way. Now, I don't know how that's been for most people who have grown up here. But for me, where I grew up, it was a delightful 12 days. No school ever opened up until after the Epiphany. Usually it was the 7th, if it was a weekday. And many, many businesses closed down for a week after Christmas, or 2 weeks in some cases, not the shops, but businesses like whatever, all the services, engineering and so on and so forth. And I mention engineering because I know that's what my brother does every year. He closes down for at the very least a week. And everybody gets a chance to relax, to renew, and to be able to just enjoy not having the super extra responsibility of work, going out into the marketplace. And so you can sense a relaxed state around. And there's always things to do, Christmassy things. Apart from the shopping, they do have sales after Christmas. We do have those here too. So I'm going to ask us all, where are we? Again, I'll keep asking the question, where am I? Where am I in this sojourn, in this movement through the cycle of the end of the year? Am I too busy to even notice what day it is, for less what time of year it is? Am I too upset? Am I too disturbed? Am I ailing too much? What are my distractions? What is it that keeps me from really enter into the mystery and the magic of year ending? One cycle ending, another cycle beginning. Because we miss out if we're not present. That's why we have these times. Way back when, a long time ago, it was understood that mankind, womankind, need a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time to relax, a time to realize where we are in our lives, and what's going on in our lives, and is it where we want to be? And are we happy? So it's going to be whatever it's going to be for each and every one of us. I have this little book here which I marked a page off, which seemed to me to be very significant, and now I trust that this is the page. You know those books. A Special Christmas Blessing, Just for You. And they're very well known. It's Blue Mission Arts puts them out. And here's what it has for us today. I wish you lasting happiness was the page that was opened. One of the secrets of happiness is to take time to accomplish what you have to do, then to make time to achieve what you want to do. See, the thing is, you're not going to do what you want to do while what you have to do is worrying you. I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. There's a stress even in those words. We are most at our best when we're doing what we really want to do. But as you know, on three-dimensional planet Earth, we're not free all the time to do what we want to do, because there are things we have to do to keep life going. You know, we have to take care of business, take care of each other, take care of the worldly needs too, nature's needs, and, you know, provide ourselves with a living so we will get the time to do what we want to do. Yes? I'm going to ask you the question now, and it's rhetorical. How much of what you are doing is what you want to do? I'm going to ask you for the rest of the week to ask yourself, is this what I really have to do? Do I really have to do this? Do I really have to do all of this? Do I really have to get myself in a tear so I can check off a list or whatever? And what would I rather be doing right now? Make it a goal to be able to do more of what you'd rather do than what you have to do. I can tell you, you'll be a whole lot healthier and a whole lot happier if you do that. Most people spend too much of their lives, their whole lifetime, doing what they have to do. By the time they get to retire, and some people don't even get to retire, they're tired, they're worn out. You know, people say, oh, I'll do that when, and I'll do that when, and I'll do that when. I was talking to one or two people recently, and what they were going to do when they retire. I said, have you ever thought that by the time you retire, you won't have the oomph to climb that mountain you want to climb? Or fjord the river you want to fjord, or whatever. Make sure your body's keeping up with your desire, or you're going to be disappointed. Don't postpone things if you can do them now, if you can. I remember the story, and I told it recently, I think, to somebody at church, and I think I may have shared it a long time ago, of the time, the World War II, when Germany was up to its naughty self, and one little girl one day was looking at the wonderful liver pate her mother had made, and she wanted some, and the mother said, no, sweetheart, just wait until dinner time and then you can have it. That's when we'll all sit down and have it. In the meantime, knocks came to the door, and in came the Gestapo. 2 soldiers. One of them looked all around and then went outside, and the other was supposed to take the mother and the child away. And the little girl clung to the soldier's leg, and she said, "Uncle, uncle, 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 save us, save us, save us." He was a young, young man. Somehow or another, that little girl got to him, and he helped the mother and the child to get away. And the moral of the story is, from the child's perspective, was, from that day forward, I never put off a joy. If I want a donut, I'm having it now, because I know I can have it now. So see, a lot of us postpone so much for another time and another time and another time. And all of a sudden you look around and all of the time is almost gone. And now you don't feel up to it, or whatever. Above all else, Christmas season calls us to be here now, present, and tuned in to the energy of this sacred season. You're not going to be able to do that if you're chasing and racing all the time. Have a list as long as today and tomorrow, and so forth. Don't fail to capture the rapture and the magic of this season, because it's there. But for that to happen, you need to slow down, and so do I. I need to be present. I need to be listening. Listening. In meditation, when you go into it really deep, all the sounds of life, all the sounds reduce and reduce and reduce into the merest whisper. Just a whisper. And then, if you really go all the way, even the whisper disappears. And then, something magical really is experienced, and it's different for everybody, so I'm not going to spell anything out. You have to try it out, see for yourself. And I tell you, even in Redondo Beach, the noisiness of the day can be quite distracting. We have sirens going up and down all the time, ambulances running up and down all the time. It wasn't like that when I first came here. And then I thought, well, maybe it's because they keep building more and more annexes to hospitals and so on and so forth. But whatever it is, it just is. So how are you going to handle all of that in the beauty and in the quietness of the dark days of the end of the year? Does it annoy you? You have to stop letting it annoy you. I learned as a very small child that when you hear anything like that, you just pause for a moment and you bless whatever the situation is about, and you bless the people having whatever help they need to have, and so forth. We even learned when we saw an airplane in the air to stop and look up as little children, say, "God grant you a safe journey." There were not as many airplanes in the sky 300 years ago in Ireland. But I remember these little things, and to this very day I do it. So many planes going up and down, it'll drive you dizzy though. So you make it a universal. May all who are in the skies today be safe and travel well. May all who are on the roads today be safe and travel well. May all who are on the seas and under the seas today be safe and travel well. See, this is a mindful way to live. It gives you a wider perspective, and you're much more universal in your awareness of what goes on in a day. So the reason why I keep focusing on this at this time is because this is the time for contemplation. That's what Advent is about. Slowing down, getting thoughtful, going inside, thinking about nothing on the outside, and allowing yourself just to feel all that wonderful, wonderful energy on the inside. And in doing that, you often get very, very strong and potent and powerful messages. So I always have a pen and a pad beside me when I deliberately decide I'm going to be quiet now and be still. It's not easy because the body and the mind are so used to being active. So used to being active. They want to, be doing and doing and doing and doing and doing and doing and doing. Thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. But on the inside of your life, it's not like that. It's awe and wonder. So, what I'm going to say to you is to scratch out little moments in the day just to get out of that milieu of distraction. And just have a conscious thought for a moment, whether it is, I bless myself, I'm grateful for my life, I bless the mind that thinks for me, and I know it's going to think only that which promotes life. I bless the body that does everything I needed to do for me, and I'm blessing every single function of that body, knowing that all work in harmony. I bless the emotional ability I have, that emotional body of mine, that I can feel what is good and what is not good, etc. Whatever it is that comes to you to do in taking care of yourself in the day. Because when you take care of you, you are taking care of the whole of creation. When you take care of you, when you honor yourself in that way. Some of us like to have little tea ceremonies on our own. Just the making of the thought, I'm going to make a cup of tea, can be cheery for me. Mightn't be the same for you. Find out what it is that immediately, when you think about it, brightens your spirit, lifts the heaviness out of whatever it is you're doing, and take a moment out. Remember what they say, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy and Mary crabby. Whatever that is for you, you're here today to be more for yourself. And when you're more for yourself, other people benefit because your energy is up, your energy is high, and you have a wonderful sense of being an influencer. All of us are influencers. You hear somebody say, he's such an influencer, she is such a... No. All of us are, one way or another. One way or another, all of us are influencers. So what am I influencing today, or who am I influencing today because of the way I show up? Life is a huge gift and an awesome responsibility. And guess what? It's a do-it-yourself thing. Nobody's going to do it for you. You came in with all the bits and pieces and all the parts to put together a most stunning, awesome, unique, valueless experience of life and valuable experience of life. In other words, you couldn't put a price on yourself and how important you are. Now, you came in ready to do that, and you can do that. You have the power within you to produce a life that is awesome. And you do it through knowing the truth that sets us all free. But you're not going to know the truth if you're caught up in all the lie. The lie of materialism, that's going to do it for you. It'll bring you happiness. The lie of success, that's going to do it for you. It's going to bring you happiness. And all the others, you know yourself. No, it's not about any of that. It's about me taking care of me to the degree that I can be in that sense of awe and wonder about my life and all life. Because awe and wonder will do it for you. When you're in awe and wonder, you can't be nasty in any way. You can't do any harm in any way. You can't cause injury in any way when you're in awe and wonder. So if we're not in awe and wonder yet, I'm saying get your awe and wonder on. Because we have some lovely days remaining between now and the beginning of a new year. I'm looking forward to seeing you all here on Christmas Eve. It's always very mystical and magical. And if somebody you know could do with a little bit of an uplift, you might encourage them to come. We prepare. We always prepare. And when we do, we enjoy what we have prepared for so much more profoundly. So, dear hearts, I only read one sentence and it's time to stop. Well, we'll get to it again. Apparently it was enough. It was enough. Just know all is there for you of good to experience. It's only going to happen when you know that, when you feel it in your bones. All good is mine to experience. And there is no thing and no one that can get in the way of me experiencing that good, except myself. Now, if you could objectively look over your life, you'll see how many times you just royally blew it and messed up and didn't get it. But don't grieve about it. Just say, well, jolly wee, I'm so glad I have found that out now. From here on in, it can be very different. And my life can be golden from here on in. You must take charge of your own life by taking charge of your own thinking and your own feeling. Because upon it, those two pedestals stands the platform of your life and how your life will go. Let nothing disturb you and nothing frighten you. Remember, all things are passing, and alone the truth suffices. Patience gains all things, as the great Saint Teresa of Avila once said. So are you going to be blown around at the toss of every little bit of wind that comes your way, from whomever or whatever? Are you going to allow all those wisps of outside winds knock you off your center? Or are you going to go, you're outside of me. You've no power over me. I don't have to believe what you're saying. I don't have to agree with what you're saying. I don't have to believe in what you're doing. I don't have to give you authority over me, because you have none. And oh yes, you may go around spreading these rumors, but they will not come near me. But watch out. They may boomerang back at you. That's your power, my dear ones. That's your power, and you are empowered. All power has been given to you, and I don't know what we're doing with it, but look on out into the world. We could do with a change. Now the world is ripe for your awareness of the truth that will set it free. You could scare yourself silly listening to the news sometimes. Don't. The truth is stronger and more awesomely powerful than the lie. The liars are the troublemakers. So, I'm going to assign you a most beautifully blessed day. I'm going to know you're going to get up, go out, and be in awe and wonder of everything, especially yourself. And make a decision in your mind that today, for the rest of this day, everything is going to be filled with awe and with wonder, no matter what's going on in the body temple, or no matter what the mind tries to convince me is so. You will say to it, like the great practitioner of old, "Tain't so, tain't so." And every time a negative comes into your mind, you'll say, "Tain't so." Be bold. Be authoritative. Declare for yourself your word. And I'm telling you, you'll be so surprised. So, my dear ones, go through those doors now, feeling uplifted, feeling relieved. Slough off any concern you came in with, and trust your source. And you'll say to yourself at times, I may not think it, I may not believe it, I may not feel it. But the knower in me knows the truth, and it sets me free from this nonsense. And whether I think, feel, or believe it, the truth is, and then you state it. Can you do that? Good, good. A few more of us can feel a little bit more empowered. By the time you go through the door, everybody will, because Spirit is in the midst of us and is a very real and present help. And now, dear hearts, I'm having this waved at me. Time for blessing. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to take our gift between our blessed and blessing hands and say, Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper. Blesses all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love. And so it is. And now I have a reminder. We have our wonderful craft sale. Well, it's now called a Christmas Bazaar, because not everything is crafted, but some things are. And that we have on Sunday. So If you want to come along and, participate and help out in that way and enjoy each other's company, that would be wonderful after our service on Sunday. And remember, too, that we do have so many needs at this time. And so whatever it is that jumps out at you and grabs you, that's what you respond to. So this week we'll be taking care of our Christmas tree families as we do every year. Not the same because they won't be here and we won't be celebrating with them, but they're, the people who lead up that in the 4 groups. And the 4 groups are, of course, the school system in which school system? Not Compton. It's anyway. It's a local school system in the inner cities, and also the other one is the House of Yahweh. A lovely charity there too. And then we have, of course, all those children who are in severe medical situations that we help out with. Some of them are in hospice. And that's always a sad but wonderful, wonderful thing. And I was just thinking one year, this little girl wanted a special doll. And it was one of those, American Girl dolls, very expensive. And the people who said, well, she wanted it, so we put it down, but I'm sure some other doll will do. Well, one of our people made it her business to seek out the particular kind of doll that she wanted. And she got it. She was over the moon. I can't tell you she was over the moon. And when she peacefully made her transition, she was hugging her doll. So that's a nice story to finish up with. It's sad in one way, but it's a glorious story in another. Beautiful story. And that was all thanks to our people here. So we appreciate all the good that you're doing. And I know, apart from what you're helping us with here, you have a ton of stuff in your own life that you help out with too. So, dear hearts, Sunday is our sale, and the coming week after that is the Christmas week. And I'm knowing for you, you're going to have a really lovely time from here until the new year and then beyond. And I always love it when I see so many people coming and celebrating the big feast days, because it means you have rendered to the God within you the things that are God's. And then on Christmas Day or whatever day it is, you can render to Caesar, or the human part of yourself, the things that are Caesar's. It's a lovely combination. So, we are ready. Yes, dear. Oh, yes, thank you, Ruthie. 2 Wednesdays off. Next Wednesday and the Wednesday after, we won't have a Wednesday morning service. So do something wonderful in the place of what you normally would do and make it fun. Make it fun, why not? So now, young'uns, get up, get out, and get at it. And be in the spirit and remember what we're asked to do today. Am I forgetting anything back there? No, they don't seem to think I am. But of course, we're having we're going to take in your offerings now. We took them in, didn't we? Yes, we did. So if you have a question, you can stay back and ask it. Otherwise, get up and get out and get into your day. And really make it the awesomest, the most wondrous one that you can make. I wasn't sure when I saw you pointing at the thing. And then I thought, but I just put my thing in the plate. Did you want to do a second collection? Off you go, kids. Have a great time and know you're loved and cherished. Really. You're doing great good out there in our world, and the world depends upon you. I'll see you outside.